Hi, my name is Desmond and you might know me as Art by Kid on ArtStation and you're watching iVSi. It's been a long while since I've done another episode and I've honestly just fallen off because I've been juggling a lot of activities and side projects recently. So here we are, back to it, and I've got a very hot topic to talk about today. Let's dive into your first job. I've actually briefly touched on this in my previous videos, but I'd like to address the expectation of you as an artist when you finally get hired. So it's a common misconception that artists with no experience will think that they're meant to be this well-oiled machine that will be required to do everything. In expectation of their artists, yes, a lot of companies will expect the artists to be well-rounded and have a diverse skill set at their dispense. But also, no. In most cases, you won't be required to do everything, and that's because you'll have a team. So what does having a team mean really? It means you can probably stop panicking about having to hold the fort alone. That will almost never happen. What do I mean by hold the fort? Well, my biggest fear was that I'd join a team and I'd be given a task to completely do on my own, while I'm trying to learn the pipeline that the project is following. And as I'm doing this, just my teammates would be standing around and just watching me every single swing. This is a fucking scary idea. Shit, I still have this fear now, but the fact is it's never happened and probably won't ever happen to you. And here's why. Let's map out how this will pan out. On your first day, do not expect to be diving into the project straight away. Shit, don't even expect to be doing any real contributions to the project until like 2 weeks to a month in. The reason being is that you'll be having induction, work systems will be set up for you. You'll go through screening with like things like staff badges or things like finding housing if you're like relocating. Any good company will generally leave this buffer period for you to just comfortably integrate into the company and become one of their happy family members. Actually, the onboarding process is a time gap for you to meet people and become well acquainted with your team and just make friends with people you come into contact with. Okay, fast forward by a month and now you're actually included into the project pipeline. Hooray! You've managed to make it through induction without shitting all over yourself and crying in the shower. Totally has not happened before. So, here's what I thought would happen on the first job at this point. I was shook at the idea of being thrown into it with no hand-holding and just not being good enough to carry out a task. Now here's the truth. A good lead wouldn't throw you into something they didn't think you were capable of handling. When you're a junior, you literally get fuck all to do that can potentially fuck the game up. The idea is that they know you have no experience and there may very well be a chance you'll struggle, but they won't give you more than what they think you can handle based on the entire screening process that they've been doing since like the interview up to the entire onboarding process to when you settle in with the company. I feel a lot of artists fear the idea of a lead because they feel that they're going to be judged by them, but at the end of the day, your lead is meant to be your safety guard from all of the scary stuff that exists outside of your department. They are there to help nurture you. They will monitor how you progress and give you opportunities to build in areas they feel you might need more work on or things you feel you'd enjoy doing more. Let's also subtract more from the stress. A lot of the time you'll be assigned tasks that might require you to partner up and you'll work with another artist, either of the same level or someone with a little more experience to guide you. Here's the best bit. People don't expect you to know everything, so honestly, it's fine to ask questions. It's better you ask questions and not fuck up and waste your efforts and time than to not ask and fuck it up anyway. The idea of using your initiative does also include this. Ask questions when you aren't sure. Now here's the last thing I have to say when it comes to expectations of coming into this industry. You have to be hungry. You can't just expect to do your portfolio up to a point and stop. In some minor cases, yes, you'll be mentored, but very little. A lot of your journey as an artist is very dependent on self-directed studies. A lot of what I know now has just come from me doing my own projects at home, but this is where the trade-off happens. A lot of artists find no joy in doing their portfolio because there's a formula you need to follow to have a hireable portfolio. It's what's relevant to the industry at that time and less about what you actually want to look at or what you want to make. So pieces like Final Fantasy inspired environments as an example are what used to raise eyebrows with interviewers back when I was unemployed. What I'm trying to say is that eventually when you get your career on track, you will transition into a point where the theme of your projects no longer matter because you're working and whatever you're working on will eventually lead you to getting the next job. like once it's shipped. Do whatever you fucking want. Enjoy the fact that you are now an established artist and you have no more fucks to give. Just have fun, go and own it. So that's the end of my segment today. I really hope this helped, and if it did, please just let me know in the comment section. Remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.